Alright guys, Dokkan time, and today's how-to build is for the brand new worldwide download celebration physical Super Saiyan Trio unit, or Super Saiyan Goku, Gohan, and Trunks. Now this unit doesn't have an OST, so that's why we're listening to the Tech Goku OST, because it's a banger. So, quick builds. On the right-hand side of the screen, you will see 55% build right off the bat. I don't feel like this unit can be built any other way. I 100% believe that this unit is built in one of two ways. You either go full additional or you go full crit. I don't think there's any other in between. This is a unit that does not need dodge, in my personal opinion, at the time of writing, at the time of recording, literally before the unit is quote-unquote officially released. This is based on the kit, how it works, the numbers, people, the numbers do not lie. And this guy's got a lot of damage reduction. He's got a lot of mitigation. He does a lot of damage. I just feel like at the time right now, you know, if I change my mind later, I'll change my mind later. But as of right now, I don't feel like there's anything else. If you get a 55% copy, just please push into additional. If you want to see more damage, give him a level 7 crit. But that's pretty much the way you should do it. But I feel like with a 55% copy, you could feel a little bit of issues, maybe, or potentially, depending on bad RNG, teams, etc., etc. And I feel like you should just make him a tank, because that's what this unit is. He's a tank, through and through. As far as, like, as with dupes, I 100%, once again, full on additional. Give him a defense orb or an attack orb. You can do an attack orb as well. But I feel like additionals is the way to go primarily for this guy. You could potentially be getting off quad supers. And I feel like the crit is because, I mean, he's already got so many additionals going off. He's already tanking so much. There's nothing left for him to do except for do some freaking damage, man. So full additional level 17, crit level 9. This is a physical unit, so it does start. They do start off with the level 5 additional. The last build choice would be a full crit build, pushing the crit as much as possible, going for the damage as much as possible. I feel like this is another good build you could potentially do. This is a unit that can nuke the crap out of an enemy. It just highly depends on how many orbs you can grab in between the standby time frame. And I feel like if you can get over 100 orbs, yeah, I mean, you got another... this is a bomb. This is a bomb. It's not a spirit bomb, not technically, but it is a movie bomb. I feel like this is the movie bomb unit. I want to call him a movie bomb. Can I do that? Can I call him movie bomb? Fizz movie bomb? Is that a terminology I can use? Anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and make this loop throughout the rest of the video. We're gonna go over the kit. We're gonna go over the damage, the defense numbers, and actually, before we go into that, I'm gonna show you the roll tips. I primarily believe this is a slot 1 unit. You can definitely go into slot 2, slot 3, whatever, but he does get buffs for getting hit first. So that is something to keep in mind. As far as the leader goes, actually, I was very underwhelmed by the amount of 200% leaders this unit can potentially rock. I really wish the 200% leaders were better. I do. I really wish the 200%, there was more 200% options for them. But unfortunately, as of the time of writing, there's not too many here. It's very minuscule for 200%. It's very minuscule. It's very underwhelming. Let me switch this over to the JP side. Maybe I'm missing a unit? I don't think I am. I think we are pretty much... Mostly, yeah, we are pretty much caught up on JP at the current time of writing. And I think the only primary unit we're missing on Global is Jiren. So, yeah, 200% options is pretty slim. Tech Vegeta being a 170 unit, I would say their best team to be on is on their own team. 100% on their own team. It doesn't mean you can't throw them onto other 170s. You can throw them on Beast Gohan's team. Beast Gohan will be 170. But I primarily feel like this is a movie heroes unit. And let's just go over the kit to fully understand it. As far as leader skill goes, All Out Struggle, Super Saiyans, and Power of Wishes key +3, 170. And then defense +30% to movie heroes or connected hope. 12 key is raise attack for 1 turn, lowers attack and defense. And then 18 key is greatly raise attack and defense for 3 turns. And then raises superclass allies attack and defense by 30% for 1 turn. Fantastic unit, fantastic ability. Definitely a slot 1 unit, so the rest of the units on the rotation can get that buff. The attack and defense raise going into the next turn, you really feel the defense and damage difference keeping that stack up there. So slot 1 is definitely preferred. Key plus 3 attack and defense 200%, randomly changes key spheres to the physical key spheres, and then plus an additional key plus 2 per key sphere obtained, plus an additional key plus 1 per type key sphere obtained. Then all allies key plus 3 attack plus 50%. Reduce the damage received by 30% temporarily when receiving an attack. And then plus an additional defense plus 30% when receiving attack every 3 key. And then plus an additional attack 150% when key is 12 or more. Launches 2 additional attacks, each of which has a 50% chance of becoming a super attack when key is 18 or more. And then attacks effective against all types when key is 24 or more. And then last but not least, if there's another movie heroes or all-out struggle category ally attacking in the same turn, plus an additional damage reduction of 15% for 2 turns, all allies, defense plus 77%. So as you can see, this is actually primarily a support unit. It's a defense tank support unit. And there's some new key terminology in this in the passive effect here that I'm sure we're going to learn a little bit more in depth of later. And like I said, I will revise this build if absolutely necessary. But right now, to get this out as soon as possible to everyone that's summoning for this unit, this is my current day 1 launch site of how you should build this unit based on my experience with the game in general and based on numbers. They can go into a standby for 3 turns in which you cannot attack during that time. Charge count increases by 3 with each attack received, and also by 2 per physical key sphere obtained by allies and by 1 per non-physical key sphere obtained by allies. It could be a very vastly different amount of charge just based on what you're collecting, how many attacks you take. This can be activated when HP is 77% or less, or starting from the 5th turn from the start of turn. Standard Super Saiyan links, except for Z Fighters, that's the only weird one, is on some decent categories. All Struggle, Super Saiyan Power, Wishes, Movie Heroes, Connected Hope, Joint Forces, Kamehameha, Earthbred Fighters, and Entrusted Will, which is what I was saying about Beast Gohan there, is you can, well, not Beast Gohan, but Tech UI. You can throw them on Tech UI's team, of course. And, you know, getting the domain effect off, that could be really crazy. But once again, that would be only under a 170%, so it's kind of only balancing it out for them. As far as best link partners go, you know, Super Saiyans. Super Saiyans all around, man. You have all of these Super Saiyan links, and that's about the best you can do. You know, they got standard Super Saiyan links. That's nothing wrong with that. Super Saiyans are constantly being buffed, so... as far as once you go into standby mode and you go into this crazy, not Gumku or Teethku, but Bombku, they use unbuilt attack until you do the finish effect. Key plus 3 attack and defense 259% and guards all attacks. Changes int key spheres to physical key spheres. Plus an additional key plus 2 per key sphere obtained. Plus an additional key plus 1 per physical non-physical key sphere obtained. And plus an additional defense plus 30% when receiving an attack for every 3 key, and if key is 24 when receiving an attack, reduces damage received by 59%. So in other words, you have no reason not to be at 24 key. So you always have that 59% damage reduction. And as far as the defense plus 30% for every 3 key, that 3 key is based on the amount of key that you have as the unit. So 24 key, that's quite a bit. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. So that's 8 stacks of defense plus 30%. Now, I'm not a mathematician. I'm not crazy, like, good with math. But 8 times 7, or what is it? 30 times 7 is 210% extra defense. But because of the way that it's applied, it actually ends up being a lot more extra defense. At least mathematically, I feel. Plus an additional defense plus 20% per key sphere obtained, and all allies defense plus 7% for 2 turns per key sphere obtained, which is insane. And then plus an additional attack plus 100% when finished effect is activated. That raises attack by 15% temporarily per charge count, causes ultimate damage. This is what I was saying before. He's a bomb. This is a bomb. This is a bomb of an attack. I don't feel like there's any other way to describe it. I mean, he's the movie bomb. I'm calling him movie bomb. I'm dubbing it right now. If you don't like it, too bad. Raises attack by 20% temporary per charge count and causes super ultimate damage if the count goes over 41. So you always want to get above 41. You'll do this crazy amount of damage. But yeah, let's go ahead and go take a look at the defense numbers here, compliments of Halvard. So obviously, movie heroes receiving attack at 24 key with 1 stack effect with 40% support, you can get up to 2.4 million defense. That's a lot. With damage reduction, get out of here. That's busted. Definitely the best tank in the game. Definitely got to be the best tank in the game. Once you actually transform him, I mean, he doesn't look like he has a lot of defense when receiving an attack and so forth. But you got to remember when you go look at this unit, you're like, okay, why is it so crazy? It's primarily the 59% damage reduction. So you got to remember, his max defense once he transforms might be 1.4 million, but that means he can tank 3 million damage. Yeah, he can tank 3 million damage while supporting allies at the same time and about to throw a bomb at the enemy. That's good. 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 And then, of course, the 2.4 million defense in the base state of just the triple Fizz trio here. You know, you got, let's see here. You'll have the 30% damage reduction right there, and then you have all the, I mean, the 30% damage reduction mixed with 2.4 million. I would say that means that you can tank about roughly the same, but I would say you can definitely tank well over 3 million damage. Like, this dude is a crazy good tank in slot 1. I look forward to him. I like his animations. I like everything about this unit. But primarily, you know, aside from the nuke, this is a defensive-oriented unit. And I apologize, I didn't realize the slot suggestions were up that whole time during the talking. But we'll go over the builds one more time in here. We'll go over the builds one more time here. So at, you know, 2 dupes, you can go for an additional build and put in some crit. Focus on it on majority of the time this unit will be, which is a defensive slot 1 unit. Or you can build them for being a movie bomb and going for the full crit, putting in an attack orb, but then put the rest into additional. So the thing here, like I said about this unit, is that 100%, there's no other real way to build this unit. It's either additional or it's crit. It's one of the two. I currently, as of right now, on August 27th, 2024, at past 11 o'clock p.m. at night, Pacific Standard Time, I 100% believe right now that this is a unit that does not need dodge. There is no reason to give this unit dodge. They don't benefit from it. They need to get hit to receive certain parts of their passive. And they can tank just about everything in the game except for the pink zone bull crap. That's just a gimmick anyways. So aside from gimmick fights that just do like auto 99999 damage, this unit tanks everything. And does pretty crazy damage too. So anyways, guys, let me know how you're going to build this new physical Super Saiyan trio, Super Saiyan Goku, Gohan, and Trunks. Good luck on your summons. Have a good day and a good night.